In this video, we will be showing you guys why the Enderdragon pet is a lie and is not actually the best pet in the game. You will also find out what the pet that rivals the Enderdragon pet is later on in this video, so make sure that you watch it all the way through because there are certain circumstances where this pet is better. It isn't just always better, so keep watching.
Let's start off with the Enderdragon and see what this pet is really up against. The Enderdragon allows a person to deal an extra 25 damage to end mobs such as zealots, dragons, obsidian offenders. The second perk buffs the AOTD by 50 damage and 30 strength. However, the third perk is the main perk for this pet, an extra 10% on all stats. So I'm sure you're wondering, what can rival this overpowered pet?
It's the Pigman pet. The Pigman pet's first and second ability are actually fairly useless, with the first being 30% faster pig minions, and the second only giving a 40 extra damage and 25 extra strength buff to the Pigman sword, which is also absolutely useless, okay? Where this pet shines is the third perk. An extra 25% damage to monsters that are level 100 or higher, which is any slayer boss, mythological boss, most dungeon mobs, basically anything which requires damage, normally has health, you need the health to kill it, and that normally accompanies levels. Let's go and have a look at the results of the damage test that both Mekz and I have done with the Enderdragon level 100 and Pigman level 100. We tested this on a level 1 zombie in the graveyard and on a Revenant T4 boss to give an accurate representation to you guys of what is the best pet. We also sadly can't do it on the Revenant tier 5 yet because you guys aren't doing your contributions. Do them now, we want that boss! With the dragon and full renown on my sub, I'm going to have the reforged stats of my talismans up on the side. We used a bot that's pretty neat to do this called Skyblock Simplified. They're very good at getting the maximum damage that you can deal. So that is what we have used to optimize our talismans and deal maximum damage to provide the best test possible for you guys at home. First, we're going to test the front facing damage to a zombie. We've just reforged our talismans to the correct things for the Pigman. Before we change, let's have a look at what the Pigman can give. So the Pigman will give plus 25% extra damage to monsters level 100 and up. This is the main focus of what this video is going to be. So you guys are going to see that the damage towards these zombies is going to be a little bit lower, and the front stab being 178. The real damage test with this Pigman comes into effect with T4 Rev, a monster which is higher than level 100 and therefore should hopefully deal a little bit more damage or around the same damage. I don't quite know which one it's going to be yet, however I have a feeling this is going to be one of the best damage pets possible. Alright, so we are about to spawn our T4 with the kill of that champ here, and let's hit it. Okay, so here is our T4 Revenant. We're going to do front facing damage to the T4, dealing 275k damage. 275k damage for the forward facing hit. That is the total stats of this Enderdragon. Let's go and have a look at me using a Pigman and seeing if it makes any difference. Alright guys, so we have just spawned our T4. Let's check what the damage is going to be on the front hit. 255k damage. 250k for the forward facing stab with this Pigman comparative to the Enderdragon. And I just want to let you guys know, okay, we're going to have a look right here what the price of a level 100 legendary Enderdragon is. Right here, the lowest bin is 400 mil. And then have a guess in the comments right now what the lowest Pigman is. Okay, the lowest Pigman is only 2.1 million. This damage difference is not worth like 400 million. This has easily got to be one of the best pets. Anyway, that's the test with a medium tiered player. Let's have a look at what Meksz's damage is going to be with these two pets. I have a feeling it's going to be considerably higher than my damage, especially given the skill average 50 that he has.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and hit a zombie and see how much damage we can deal. So let's see. 207k with a front stab. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and see how this does against a tier 4 Revenant. So that's gonna be very interesting. Alright, so our tier 4 Revenant is spawning in. I see we're dealing around 200k damage. And I think that was a backstab there. That was a 500k backstab and it died. As we saw from the Pigman pet, it actually deals a pretty insane amount of damage. But I really want to see how it compares to the Enderdragon. So we have a zombie right here and we're going to hit it, see how much damage we can do. So we are doing 262k. Alright, we got deformed. Let's kill that, if I can even aim. Alright, let's see how much damage we can do. So we're doing like 270k. That's what I saw. I'll just slow down the clip. That was a backstab, like a 580k backstab.
Now that we have the damage tests done, let's talk about what is better and for the reasons. Firstly, we have the price comparison with the Pigman costing 2 million coins and the Enderdragon costing 400 million coins. If you believe that the damage difference shown is worth 398 millions, be my guest. No sane person would believe this, but I guess you're a Chad if you do. About the cost, the damage loss is very minimal for the price of 398 million, which is another reason that I would argue that the Pigman is a lot more worth it than the Dragon, because as you guys saw, in everything which requires high damage, the Dragon is very easily not the better option, just due to the price. Let's talk about the actual damage. With the Pigman, I dealt 255k damage on the first hit, non-backstab to a T4 Rev, compared to the 275k damage with all the same scenarios. Again, only a psychopath would choose the 398 million coin loss for this small of a damage. Let's have a look at how Mekz did, because we've seen how an average player such as myself has an impact with this pet. Let's see how the skill average 50 player himself, also known as Mekz, can do with this pet.
So we have heard what InHumanly had to say about the Pigman pet, and he has some good points, but with an Enderdragon, it provides more of every stat. The Enderdragon gives higher HP, higher defense, and higher intel. The only reason that the Pigman pet is useful is the damage. I guess at the end of the day though, everyone has an Enderdragon to deal the most damage possible, and if the damage difference is so insignificant, why is the Tiger pet and others so more expensive than the Pigman? It is because the Pigman pet has another benefit. It's a craftable pet. This means that with a super enchanted egg and some enchanted grilled pork chop, both of which is relatively cheap from the bazaar, I personally don't see a reason that the Pigman pet isn't more widely used, aside from the fact that the Pigman pet hasn't been tested as much, and hopefully this video will expose the pet to everyone, making it one of the more used damage pets in the game.
That's all for this video. Go buy yourselves a Pigman pet, get grinding. You know, this pet is easily one of the better damage pets in my opinion. Make sure to comment hashtag Pigman if you made it this far into the video. Leave a like on it, it also really helps, and as well, make sure to smash that subscribe button guys. I know that you would want to, and you can always change your mind later. Peace.